Learning a new language feels like unlocking a secret door to a whole new world. Whether it's for career growth, travel, or personal satisfaction, mastering a language fast can seem challenging. But what if I told you that fluency isn't about raw talent, but about smart strategies? Many believe that language learning takes years, but polyglots and experts have cracked the code to speed up the process. From immersion techniques to memory hacks, there are proven methods that help you absorb vocabulary, understand grammar, and speak confidently in record time. The key: it's not about grinding through textbooks, but making the language a part of your daily life. Imagine watching your favorite movies without subtitles, chatting with natives effortlessly, or even thinking in a new language within months. In this guide, we'll explore the secrets to rapid language acquisition and how you can implement them starting today. Immersion. When Ali Khan, a 25-year-old software engineer, moved to Germany in 2022, he struggled with German. He tried textbooks and apps but couldn't hold a conversation. Frustrated, he decided to immerse himself completely. He changed his phone's language, started watching German TV shows, and listened to local radio daily. At first, he understood nothing. But after 3 months, he picked up phrases. He forced himself to order food in German, speak with colleagues, and even think in German. By month 6, Ali could hold full conversations confidently. His biggest breakthrough came when he made a German friend, Lisa, who refused to speak English with him. By the end of 1 year, Ali was fluent. His secret? He lived the language instead of just studying it. Immersion turned what seemed impossible into reality. If Ali could do it, so can you. Spaced repetition. When Sarah Ahmed, a 22-year-old medical student, decided to learn French in 2021, she struggled with vocabulary. She would memorize words, but forget them within days. Frustrated, she discovered spaced repetition, a technique used by memory experts. She started using an app called Anki, which showed her new words at increasing intervals. If she forgot a word, it reappeared sooner. If she remembered it, the app delayed its reappearance. She also used sticky notes, writing 5 new words daily and placing them on her mirror, fridge, and study table. At first, progress was slow. But after 2 months, she noticed a difference. Words that once seemed impossible to recall now came to her naturally. By month 4, she could form full sentences without hesitation. Her biggest test came when she visited Paris in 2022. To her surprise, she understood street signs, menus, and casual conversations. Within 6 months, she had a 2,000-word vocabulary. Spaced repetition had transformed her learning, proving that smart practice beats mindless repetition. Shadowing technique. When Bilal Hussein, a 24-year-old marketing executive, decided to learn Japanese in 2022, he struggled with pronunciation and fluency. He could recognize words but couldn't speak naturally. That's when he discovered the shadowing technique, a method used by polyglots to sound like native speakers. The technique was simple. Listen and repeat immediately, just like an echo. Bilal picked a Japanese podcast and started mimicking every sentence right after hearing it. At first, he was too slow, stumbling over words. But he kept going, repeating the phrases over and over again. After 2 months, he noticed his pronunciation improving. He could match the speed and rhythm of native speakers. By month 4, he could hold smooth conversations without pausing to think. He even started copying intonation and expressions, making him sound more natural. His biggest challenge came in 2023 when he had a business meeting with Japanese clients. He was nervous but applied his shadowing skills. To his surprise, they understood him perfectly and even complimented his accent. Bilal realized that learning a language isn't just about knowing words, it's about sounding confident. Through shadowing, he transformed his speech and proved that imitating native speakers is the fastest way to master pronunciation. Daily practice. When Zainab Malik, a 21-year-old university student, decided to learn Italian in 2021, she faced a major problem: lack of time. With a busy schedule, she couldn't dedicate hours to studying. That's when she discovered the power of daily practice. Instead of long study sessions, She committed to just 15 minutes a day. She set a simple rule: learn one new word, one sentence, and practice speaking for 5 minutes daily. Some days she would listen to an Italian podcast while commuting. Other days, she would write short diary entries in Italian. At first, progress seemed slow. But after 3 months, she realized she had learned over 90 new words and could form basic conversations. By 6 months, she had memorized 500 common phrases without feeling overwhelmed. Her biggest breakthrough came in 2022 when she visited Rome. She confidently ordered food, asked for directions, and even made small talk with locals. She didn't feel like a foreigner anymore. She felt like a part of the culture. Zainab proved that small efforts every day lead to big results. She didn't need to cram for hours, just 15 minutes of daily practice made her fluent over time. The secret to learning a new language fast isn't intensity, but consistency, thinking in the target language. When Hamza Raza, a 26-year-old journalist, started learning Russian in 2021, he faced a frustrating problem. He kept translating everything in his head before speaking. This slowed him down and made conversations awkward. That's when he discovered the game-changing technique of thinking in the target language. At first, it felt impossible. So, he started small naming objects around him in Russian. Instead of thinking, "This is a chair," he would say, "Ito stool" in his mind. Then he began forming simple thoughts in Russian, like "I am hungry," "I голоден," or "I need to go to work," "Мне нужно идти на работу." After 2 months, he noticed a shift. His brain automatically processed sentences in Russian without translating. By month 4, he started dreaming in Russian. It felt surreal, but it was a sign that his mind had truly embraced the language. His biggest test came in 2022 when he interviewed a Russian athlete. For the first time, he had a fluid conversation without mentally switching to English. Thinking in Russian had removed the biggest obstacle: hesitation. Hamza learned that fluency isn't about memorization. It's about training your brain to think like a native speaker. By forcing himself to think in Russian daily, he became fluent faster than he ever imagined, making mistakes without fear. When Maryam Javed, a 23-year-old psychology student, decided to learn French in 2020, she was too scared to speak. She feared making mistakes and embarrassing herself. As a result, she avoided conversations and stuck to grammar books. But after 6 months, she realized she wasn't improving. One day, her French tutor told her, "The more mistakes you make, the faster you learn." That advice changed everything. Maryam decided to embrace mistakes instead of avoiding them. She started speaking with native speakers, even if her sentences were broken. Whenever she made an error, she asked for corrections instead of feeling ashamed. By month 3, she felt more confident. She noticed that native speakers didn't laugh at her mistakes, they appreciated her effort. By month 6, she could hold full conversations, and her grammar improved naturally through practice. Her biggest challenge came in 2021, when she gave a presentation in French at her university. She stumbled a few times but didn't stop. Instead of feeling embarrassed, she laughed, corrected herself, and kept going. The audience clapped for her confidence. Maryam learned a powerful lesson: perfection is the enemy of progress. The best language learners aren't the ones who avoid mistakes, they're the ones who learn from them. If you want to learn a new language quickly, stop fearing mistakes, embrace them. Learning a new language doesn't have to take years. It's all about smart strategies and consistency. Whether it's immersion, spaced repetition, speaking first, or thinking in the language, the key is to make it a natural part of your daily life. Shadowing improves pronunciation, active listening boosts comprehension, and embracing mistakes speeds up fluency. The secret? Stay consistent, stay fearless, and enjoy the process. With the right mindset and techniques, fluency is closer than you think.